The following is a YouTube-based audio production, brought to you by J.E. Realize. Dang, so close. I'll get that computer next time, just you wait, and it'll have a 16-core processor, a thermosiphon. Oh, forgot I was doing a thing. Here's 10 shows I watched a good amount of, but I don't anymore. To be fair, television isn't what it used to be. I blame the streaming bubble. Arthur. Can you believe this show is ending? As someone born in 1994 and grown on PBS Kids, I can safely say I watched the show pretty early on and can name the synopses of maybe 100 episodes. That's not hyperbole. Here's all that I remember, scrolling up your screen for your pausing pleasure. Conserve paper, kids. I lost interest in the show, as with PBS Kids in general, around the early 2010s, and every time I heard it was still going, I was thinking, wow, good for them. But now, well, I think South Park is the second longest running currently active animated show by starting date. I hope you choke on it. OZZY and Drix. Before Inside Out, there was OZZY and Drix. And before OZZY and Drix, there was Osmosis Jones. But more on that in another video. I hadn't watched the movie, but it's easy to assume the show is a spin-off of the movie. After all, Disney did that a lot, so it isn't unprecedented. I have no idea the differences between the movie and the show, but the show I remember was decent on its own. Several parts stuck out, but besides that, yeah, I got nothing else to say. Mega Man NT Warrior. Remember how I said I was introduced to Kirby through a TV show? Well, here's another. This is Mega Man Battle Network, the animated series. The first thing I remember was the main character trying and failing to combine 3 swords for a full season. Then the following season introduced the ability to, brace yourselves, merge with your avatar in real life. I've been trying to pin down the closest thing to characters fusing with each other a la Steven Universe that I remember watching, and then Death Battle reminded me this existed. I may go back to watching this for only that. But yeah, I never remembered Mega Man as the video game character until at least the late 2000s, and by then I thought, wait, that doesn't look like how I remember him. Why does he look like a kid? The Magic School Bus. I'm one of those people where I'm too young to have this significantly affect me when it was on, but not young enough to only remember this show on VHS. I caught it every so often on Fox Kids before I went to school, and it was neat. I remember a few episodes, but there were a few I must have missed because, you know. Oddly enough, the first episode is supposedly the Lost in Space episode, and up until recently, I remember the scene where Arnold was frozen solid, and never remembered the context or even how he got frozen. You know, for a science show, they love to lean on the whole "it's magic, I ain't gotta explain" thing. Don't worry, I've since rectified that. I do, however, have a headcanon that Miss Frizzle used to be Izzy from Total Drama. Would make for some alliterative effect. Futurama. I remember watching it when it was slightly inappropriate for me to watch it. Don't worry, I was too young to get everything, so second visits would have more of an impact. And then it stopped airing on Fox. And then I only got a few more watches several years down the line, but that was it. But man, even if I forgot a lot of things, it sure had its creepy moments. The de-aging episode specifically. Basically, due to several mishaps, the main character started regressing to death. Mercifully, I got to watch that episode a few years back and things cleared up a bit. The show was pretty entertaining until I saw it as it really was. Satire. Sorry, Matt, I've been satired out for a while. And this isn't exclusive to your content, so don't take it personally. Seth gives me the same problem. More on him never, because YouTube and my high school algebra teacher would not approve. The Moment of Truth. Enter the game show. Premise? Tell the truth in a series of questions to get that sweet, sweet $250,000 grand prize. The embarrassing part is, your friends and family members are not only watching this live, but are in the studio at the same time. Awkward. I'll do the trivia questions, I'll do physical challenges, I'll even guess at briefcases. I'll tell you, no one who's sane wants to do this. Everyone is at least a little messed up. No wonder US prisons are stacked. We know what's up. AEW Dynamite. For the pro wrestling fans who are sick and tired of the tripe WWE serves on a semi-daily basis. I was fairly interested in AEW too, because competition. Yay, competition! I couldn't afford the pay-per-view, so I waited until this started airing on TNT, and oh boy, did it deliver. WWE's NXT, their only decent competitor with AEW in terms of content, got the same time slot on USA to compete, which made for my first instance of watching one show live, which was Dynamite, and recording another to watch later, which was NXT. I watched a fair few episodes until the Full Gear pay-per-view, and I did say I couldn't afford pay-per-views. And since I hadn't watched it, I stopped watching Dynamite because spoilers. The first time I ever did that for a wrestling show. I did get to watch that specific pay-per-view this year thanks to outside help, but I have no idea how to continue watching Dynamite because I don't even know if those episodes are available on demand. And as for WWE, I'm a year behind. I need to catch up quick if I want to watch WrestleMania Hollywood. In California.
You would, you filthy little...
Straight up Steve Austin. This was a short series released by USA Network to accompany their WWE programming. Yes, AEW fanboys, I hear you. Go vent your frustrations below. So, Austin gets some sort of famous person to come with him to have a good old fun time. And it's not bad for what it is. I saw most of it up until the finale where it just slipped my mind long enough for me to miss it. Oh well. It probably wasn't going to last much with the premise, but at least they referenced the show canon in regular WWE programming, specifically Becky Lynch using Austin's own finisher on Austin. That's pretty neat. The Invisible Man, the 2000 series apparently. I remember the show on Fox when I was very young. The main character gets injected with Quicksilver, read Mercury, and gets to become invisible. I don't remember much beyond that, except for the very 2000s apt kick and theme music. I'm a sucker for that stuff. It's not for everyone, but look it up. It's an experience. El Chavo del Ocho, the original.
Este es el programa número 1 de la televisión humorística.
This is perhaps the first fully foreign language show that I put on any 10 shows list, and rather iconic in Latin American countries. Granted, it's from a long-forgotten age in television, and the program reflects that. But hey, reruns. That's how I saw it. This show featured the late classic actor Chespirito, also known for his work in Chapulín, Colorado. What do you mean you've never heard of it? Apparently Fortnite has. I liked it a bit growing up for its simplicity and comedy style, but now it's a bit worn out on me, and I won't likely rewatch it unless someone already has it on. And I know this has a modern animated version, but it doesn't quite carry the charm of the original. Sorry. Now back to planning for next year's ROG Rig reboot. That's the only thing I have to look forward to. Do the feedback thing, like, comment, subscribe, or dislike. People dislike that entry video, but it still got honorable mentions. Follow me on Twitter at JERealize. This has been JERealize. I'll see you next time, and there will be a next time. This concludes our YouTube-based audio production. I hope you enjoy, and I wish you farewell.